The Noah in One Piece is a clear biblical reference to the story of Noah's Ark in the book of Genesis, where God commands Noah to build an ark that will save his family and two of every animal from an impending flood. In retrospect, it makes much more sense now that the Noah is meant to save all of humanity rather than just the fishmen, as it's almost as big as an entire island itself. And the fishmen really wouldn't need a boat to travel, given that they are an aquatic race. But perhaps the Noah will be used to save every One Piece race, the same way that two of every species was assembled on the ark in the biblical story. If the most hated race in One Piece, the fishmen, gathered every other race in One Piece onto one boat, this may be enough to break the cycle of racial hatred that infests the One Piece world. This would beautifully wrap up the themes of the Fisherman Island arc, but also fulfill Jinbei's main goal, which is why I think he will be at the helm of this rescue mission. And potentially Chopper might have an even tougher task if he has to talk to every animal in the world and miraculously gather all of them peacefully onto the Noah as well. If the Noah is truly the answer to the Great Flood, all that's left to solve is logistical problems. There is still the issue of the red line cutting the One Piece world in half, but that can be discussed in the next video. When Shirahoshi first commanded the Sea Kings, they told her that their role was to pull the Noah. But how will the whole world's population even board the Noah, assuming that there's even enough room for everyone? There are thousands, if not millions of islands in the One Piece world, meaning that there are billions of people, so sailing the Noah to each island will take ages. But there are also Sea Kings in every ocean of the One Piece world, so perhaps the inhabitants of each island will have to board their own boats initially, but then Shirahoshi can send the Sea Kings to pull all these boats toward the Noah, perhaps in the same way that the Yagura bulls pull carriages in Water 7. Another possibility is that these islands are able to float, similar to Iceberg's plan to turn Water 7 into a floating boat. Perhaps Iceberg's name gives us a clue how this can be done, as some people theorize that an iceberg is the key to Thriller Bark's buoyancy. It also seems as if in Egghead, Oda is hinting that Vegapunk's sea clouds could become a life raft for humans as well.